Hello and welcome back to another episode of Pokemon Theories, the show that covers the theories you may or may not have been asking ever since you started playing Pokemon. This show covers theories such as Red becoming a champion to the Kanto Wars. So if you have a theory burning in your mind, stay tuned and I might just address
Hello and
it.
welcome back, YouTubers. I'm Protomario, and Sarah Renee 8D suggested, how does one become a gym leader? Well, I've covered the Elite Four and Champion, but hey, why not? Let's take a shot at it. So firstly, let's separate the game and the anime and put them both together and see if we can come up with a Pokemon theory. As per usual, I try not to reference the manga because it is freaking out of this world with ridiculous references and things of that nature. So, in the original games, there are 8 gyms, and it seems to be a similar precedence in most of the games. You go around, get the gym badges, challenge the Elite Four, become the champion, end the game. But how do they get to become gym leaders? Some of the gym leaders are extremely weak, and some are extremely strong. How does that occur? While Brock is the first gym leader ever created and faced, Giovanni was the last in the Journey of Kanto region, and Giovanni was a tough customer. So what's the difference? There's no specific rule or level requirement for you to become a gym leader. Obviously, Brock had Pokemon that were level 10. So, seriously, that can be thrown out the window. You don't have to have a level requirement to become a gym leader. Evolution isn't necessarily a thing either. As you can see in the first gym of Brock's, once again, Geodude is unevolved and Onix is unevolved. Perhaps that's a bad example because Onix never evolves, but let's take a look at Falkner. Pidgey is unevolved and Pidgeotto is evolved but not fully evolved. So again, it just shows that you don't absolutely have to have a fully evolved Pokemon to be a gym leader. So another requirement drops off. Thirdly, it's not exactly type specific either. Think about it. When Giovanni left the gym leader office, Blue, in the red and blue and yellow and heart gold, soul silver versions, assumed control of the gym. Green in other regions, blah blah blah, whatever. But he had a universal team. Perhaps that's because his gym was the Earth badge and things of the Earth. Who knows? That's up in the air and up for debate because there was a gap in power and they needed a gym leader. Nevertheless, it's still there. So it throws out the absolute requirement of typing. And of course, the Elite Four, they just have several Pokemon that aren't even of the same type that they use. So again, out the window. So what does it require to become a gym leader? Well, firstly, if you look at the anime, it requires you to be a gym leader for the reasons of being a gym leader. If you're a gym leader for the wrong reasons, you won't be able to stay a gym leader. For example, I'm referencing the episode where Ash was trying to figure out the heated debate between the Kaz gym and the Yaz gym, and Pikachu was carrying around a ketchup bottle and this and that. There was a hidden Pokemon inspector who saw this debate and decided not to reward either one of them as a gym because they were in it for the wrong reasons. So gym leaders get financed through the Poke League or the Pokemon organization. So obviously, you can't be your own gym leader because there's also an episode in the anime where there was a private gym where the person had 100 wins and 0 losses. And they were not an official gym. So there's definitely non-official gyms out there. But to become an official gym leader, you must pass the tests that the Poke League and the Pokemon examinations put you through. So you may or may not need one type, and you may or may not need to be a master of that type. But your goal and your job is to guide trainers through to become Pokemon Masters. Becoming a Pokemon Master is significantly difficult. Not all trainers have Pokédexes that they can reference certain Pokemon and certain Pokemon's moves with it. So that requires a magnitude of learning skills. This is where the gym leaders come in at. They are the junior elite four, which is a precedent before you get to the elite four. You are required to defeat these trainers of these specific types so that you can justify how you actually arrived at the elite four. You could always show up at the elite four's front door with a level 10 Sparrow, Nidoran, and Pikachu, but that's probably not going to get you too far. But then again, they couldn't not accept your challenge, even if you just showed up, because there's no requirement. You don't need gym badges, so they had to set a precedence and require gym leaders. In the newer series, Pokemon Origins, Brock has many Pokemon at his disposal, and he chooses 2 Pokemon to challenge Red with due to the fact of his level. So these Pokemon were obviously a lower level to allow Red to have a chance to win. All gym leaders are required to do this. They cannot steamroll their opponents. They must allow their opponents a chance of victory. Otherwise, there's no point in them being a gym leader. I would say that that would be one major requirement. The second requirement is referenced by Red, where each gym leader has their own styling and typing and how they like to do things, but they teach a certain lesson of overcoming. For example, with Brock taught Red about why he should battle and typing strengths and weaknesses, as with other gym leaders did, I'm sure. So, to become a gym leader, it's not necessarily the meat that you have, the meat and the bones of the operation, but rather passing the test and doing what's required of you. Being at the place at all times, accepting challenges no matter what, and being able to dish out the badge when defeated. Definitely a difficult job to stay humble in. Anyways, guys, if you have any curious questions on how to become a gym leader, or you have a comment you would like to lend to the discussion, please leave it in the section below. And if you have a Pokemon theory burning your skull open, please leave it in the comment section below. And if I address your Pokemon theory, I will give you a shout out in the next video. I hope you enjoyed that video, guys. And now, time for a service announcement from the Maverick Army. Tired of the norm? Is it time for a revolution? Join the rebellion and become a Maverick today by subscribing to Protomario. Remember, together we can create a new world order of gaming. Mavericks unite.